Hey everyone, thank you very much for tuning in. Darktoylord here. Today we're going to be taking a look at this Transformers Combiner Wars Protectobot Groove. So real quick, we'll take a look at the packaging. Here we have Groove sealed in bubble. This one is a special release. It does not include the IDW comic book. Flip this around to the back and you see a picture of Groove here in both robot and vehicle mode. Over here we have a schematic of the combined figure. They actually show you attaching Groove to Skylinks or Skyrain as opposed to attaching it to Defensor. So also, here's a little write-up about the figure. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. It says, a freedom fighter who would sacrifice his own spark if it would bring peace. Alright, let's go ahead and get this guy opened up and take a closer look at the action figure itself. Okay, contents include instruction manual, collector's card, the combiner hand-foot accessory, Groove's weapons, and Groove himself. Okay, so quick look at articulation. We have the head here is on a ball joint. So you can definitely get it side to side. Up and down is a little tricky because there's not much room to move it. Shoulders are also on ball joints. It's actually a double jointed system because of the transformation, so you can move the shoulders up and down like so. It's kind of a ratcheted joint, the ball joint on the shoulder. Elbow is a swivel here, as well as a hinge 90 degrees right there. No articulation in the wrists. The waist spins around 360. Hips are on ball joints. These offer 90 degrees and no sort of foot ankle articulation. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this guy transformed into motorcycle mode. It's actually pretty easy. What we're going to do first is we're going to take these arms, we're going to move them up like this and swing them around. Now we gotta pivot the forearms. So there's these little tabs here that are going to tab into the robot chest. So let's spin them around and then tab them in. We're going to take the front of the motorcycle, we're going to spin that around and then fold it up and over the robot's head. Take the waist and we're going to spin this 180, and then the legs, similar to other Combiner Wars figures, they're going to collapse in on themselves. I'm going to take both halves of the rear wheel, we're going to fold that down. And then we can peg the legs together. Now it's kind of tricky to get everything pegged in properly. It doesn't seem like it wants to hold all that well. This rear wheel doesn't actually peg, the two sides don't actually peg into each other as far as I can tell. So it's trusting on the legs being pegged properly to hold it together, which is unfortunate because it just seems like it's a real loose fit. And getting these two legs to stay pegged together is kind of tricky too. So that's essentially the motorcycle mode. What you can do is you can take grooves cannons and plug those into the rear wheel on either side. And also in this forearm right here, there's a kickstand, so you can pop that out, and then you can display groove in motorcycle mode. Okay, so transforming groove into leg mode from motorcycle mode is actually quite simple. What we're going to do is we're going to take the front of the motorcycle, we're going to flip it back and rotate it around and bring it straight down like so. We're going to grab the arms and we're going to bring it down to the sides, all the way down. So bring it down as they were in robot mode, bring it down even further, then collapse them into the torso. Then we're going to spin the forearms around and peg them in to the leg sections. Assuming everything can stay together, there we go. Do the same thing for the other arm. Alright, so once you have everything pegged in, you just go ahead, grab the combiner foot, plug it in here at the bottom. And then last but not least, we're going to take the head and we're going to fold that down to expose the combiner port. Okay, so here is Defensor fully assembled, and this is the first version of Groove that we got. And it was a much smaller toy, probably better in scale with the rest of the characters in the series, and instead of being a leg went on his chest. So I think since it'd be kind of a paradox to have two grooves together, we're just going to go ahead and pull this little guy off. And we're going to go ahead and take this guy off. Hopefully not have the rest of the figure just fall apart on me. And let's go ahead and attach Groove. Get everything resituated. And there you have it. So thank you very much for tuning in. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And until next time, we'll talk to you later.